Good, how you doing? My name is Patrick Scott. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. Played nose guard, 6'1", 320 for Florida A&M University. 2012 College Football Performance Awards watch list has definitely been an honor for me. Definitely being considered as a nose guard in 3-4, you don't definitely get a lot of attention or a lot of notice because you're normally eating up 2 or 3 blocks at a time, so people you go unnoticed. And for the CFPA Awards to acknowledge that is definitely an honor to me. It's something I'm very proud about. To be mentioned in the likes of Von Miller or Adrian Claiborne, I believe from Iowa, who was actually one of my hosts on my recruiting trip to Iowa when I was coming out of high school, is definitely an honor. It's something you look at and you just only say, thank you, Lord, for giving me this opportunity, for giving me this blessing to play this sport called football and play it well. And just for people like CFPA to just see that and acknowledge it, especially the quality that they bring to the table as far as their watch list. That you're not going to put anybody on your watch list. You're going to put people you think are the best who are going to compete to be the best. And to be considered in that number for me is definitely a great honor and something I do not take for granted. Something I think that's been critical to my success is definitely just trying to put everything together and not focus on one thing. Being a strong kid, I bench press 540 pounds. That's something, bull rush is something everybody likes to look for. That's something I started my career with when I became a defensive lineman when I went to Stanford, and that's one of the first things I developed. But coming here to FAMU and being under the great tutelage of Coach George Small, he's really told me, you can't just win with that. You have to develop secondary moves. So from that came the bull rush and a great rip move, a great swim move, a great spin move. And one thing, once you develop a defensive lineman, you begin to study the film of the offensive lineman. You begin to learn how to set up moves by constantly doing one thing and have them expecting that, then hit them with a counter. So for me, it's just been a great student of the game and utilizing my strength and my speed and my quickness in the interior of the defensive line to create pressure and get tackles for loss constantly throughout the game. As growing up as a kid, one thing I used to love to play baseball, love playing basketball, but basketball really wasn't my sport. Baseball was my secondary love, one of my first loves growing up. I also played trumpet. Played trumpet while I was in middle school, high school, received a lot of scholarships, played band camps here and there at Florida State and FAMU, so that was something I did. And also other hobbies just include just school in general. I want to be a doctor when I'm done playing my football career. Hopefully that'll be in the league, and want to go off and be an orthopedic surgeon. So science and math are just 2 of my loves as well that I deviate off into when I'm not playing football and hitting somebody's quarterback. I definitely would say the strategic part is a competitive advantage because one thing with a coach, I'm very coachable. You don't have to teach me something more than once, and it won't register. For me, once you teach me, it registers. I seize it. On the board, learning it with the defense. When our coach draws up our defense, I understand rush lanes. I understand if a guard tries to overstep me and double team me, I have this freedom to pop that gap in and rush from the B gap instead of now the A gap in. Just be able to see that and react fast is something I would definitely say has paid off a lot of my game, just to be able to strategically plan it. And also having played offensive line in high school, I know how they think, so I try to take all of my experience in my past 4 years as a defensive lineman and put that into my play and try to think less and react more. Influential for me, definitely my Lord and my Savior first, Jesus Christ. That's something I'm actually a minister as well, and that's something I model my life to try to strive towards. My father, my mother, they've been married 35 years, and just watching the strength that they put together to hold together my family is something that motivates me every day in the classroom to do better, that motivates me on the field to do better. So definitely my parents and my sister and my brother as well, just that tight-knit family unit. I look to them for my motivation. I look to them for my strength, and they're definitely always there, and they're my biggest fans, and I love them to death. As far as my style goes, I like to dress up every now and then. I'm a member of fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. We call ourselves a pretty boy. So even as we speak right now, I'm sitting here in all black with the black and pink checkered polo against vest with the pink tie. Looks pretty clean on me. I like it. I love it. As far as style goes, I definitely am a big fan of watches. Currently, I like my current Michael Kors watches what I'm wearing now. Michael Kors, Movado, those type of things, those type of watches. I like to put my money in. Most people tell they put their time in the shoes or something like that. Me, I love watches. Well, me from my fraternity, I'm a legacy, which means my father's a part of it, as well as my brother and all my uncles. So that's definitely something I always wanted to do growing up. And joining out at Stanford University definitely had some influences with people on my team, such guys like Peter Griffin and Derek Hall, who are on my team, who are older than me and were great, African American men on the campus, and it's something you just strive to be like as well. So as far as performances go, definitely put on some step shows, definitely throwing some parties that are amazing that everybody loves. Putting on right now, one like nightcap, I don't really get to go because of football, but as a member, I have to put in work for it. So it's something I definitely enjoy doing, especially the community service aspect and reaching out to the community and going to the places not so privileged as other places, and just reaching out, trying to be a role model for somebody. That's something I've definitely enjoyed a part of being part of my fraternity. We reach out and we try to uplift, young men, African American, white, anything, everybody. Just reach out and just say, hey, you can do it too. A lot of people go to college say it's hard to do. No, it's not. You can do it. All you have to do is put your mind to it, set your heart on it, and don't fall into the traps of your peers. You don't have to be like everybody else, and that you can grow up and do whatever it is that you want to accomplish. As long as you put your mind to it and have faith, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. For me, I'm a night owl. I like to stay up late and play PlayStation. So for me, I always have to tell myself, hey, you got to put it up and go to bed. Especially, I graduated back in April, so that was something, throughout my 4 years of college, that was something you have to struggle with is, putting up the PS3 and knowing when to study, and also when to go to sleep when you got practice the next day or workouts, and you need to be able to perform at your top. So I think that's for me, it's something I had to fight off as my temptation, to stay up late and, just get on the PS3 and whoop people in NCAA. I definitely say me as a competitor, I want people to come out to, all the games, but definitely, highlighting, the Oklahoma game or South Carolina State game or the Bethune-Cookman game is definitely I would, love for fans to, come out, or even anybody else who just wants to learn to see some of my favorite football and see how we play, to come out and check those games out and watch some competitors really step up and bring it to the table. The game day atmosphere in itself is just amazing. I think that's what keeps a lot of people from wanting to step away from the game who love it, like Brett Favre, who struggled for a long time because, you begin to understand it, when the start of the game, before the game, that feeling of anticipation building up in the locker room when you're sitting in with your headphones on and you go out, you warm up, you look across, you see the other team, and you look in their eyes, and a lot of times, you look them dead in their eyes, you can see fear, and for me, that fear just fuels my fire, and I get ready to go in and consume my opponent. I love going back in the locker room and leading my chant as a leader for the past 3 years. We have what's called a Blue Squad chant for the defensive line and all defensive players as well. And leading that, getting my team pumped. And when I take that field, to hear the fans screaming, or when I take the field at the opposing team, I love hearing the boos and just stuff like that. I just love to feed off of, and that opening snap, trying to bring it on the first play to let the guy across me know it's going to be a long day for you. So those are definitely things I love about the game day atmosphere. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in to this interview. This is Padric Scott, Florida A&M University, nose tackle 6'1", 320, and I invite you to definitely tune in and check out the season and watch us bring it, and you'll definitely see why the College Football Performance Awards decided to put me on their watch list.